Hello everyone, it's me Andy, and today I'm very happy to meet up with my friend. She is a person that I knew quite many years ago, right? I think at the Association of Trainers, and then we met, I think at least, if I'm not wrong, at least 14 years ago. Time passes very fast. And recently I saw her post in Facebook that she has been speaking around in Europe, in USA. So I'm very fortunate today to be able to catch hold of her. Her name is Cynthia. So Cynthia, can you share with everyone what do you do?
Sure. Hi, Andy. It's great to reconnect with you. And so my work is to help people develop their physical voice, the voice mechanism, so that they can speak with a more powerful voice in meetings, in presentations, and so that they can be heard and be respected as an expert.
Oh, okay. So basically it is how they can have a more powerful voice. Am I right?
Yes.
So that they can be more successful in their careers. Okay.
Yes.
So is this something like singing? They also teach people how to use the diaphragm and the kind of things. Is it something similar?
It's different. Even though there are some similarities between the singing voice and the speaking voice, but there are still a lot of differences. A lot of people, they thought, oh, I've learned singing, they can speak properly. That's not the case. So that's why that I coach people on the speaking voice.
Okay, so speaking voice. So if a girl, they have very soft voice, so how can it be heard? Sometimes there are no microphones around, right? So yes. What do you think a girl with a soft voice can do?
Okay, so first we need to understand what caused the soft voice. So there are many reasons. One, of course, the most common one is the voice projection is improper. Oh. So when we say voice projection is improper, it includes, for example, they are not breathing properly. Because breath is the power of the voice. So in order to have a stronger voice, you have to learn how to breathe properly. For most people, 90% of the population is not breathing properly. So they need to first learn proper breathing. And then once proper breathing, here is the caveat that they must make the proper breathing a habit. So once they make proper breathing a habit, then they need to learn how to I'm thinking how to make it simple. So how to use the body to project the voice. Because when the voice is soft, the voice is mainly coming from here. And so that's why we need to learn how to use the body to project the voice. So that will be the second stage. So first stage is making proper breathing a habit. Second stage is to learn how to use the body to project the voice and make it a habit. So everything they're learning needs to become a habit.
Okay, wow, sounds very interesting. Something useful skills. So Cynthia, I saw that you went to many countries and speak to many different audiences. So have you come across some very challenging audience, or how do you handle that?
Oh, I think perhaps because of my personality, it's most people say it's very approachable. So far I haven't encountered so-called challenging audiences. Most of the times that they will have questions. So they will have questions, and then most of the times I will see where they're coming from when they ask that question. And then to do my best to explain to them the question. And also most of the times the so-called challenging questions they're asking is because they have some blocks in their head. And once I'm able to see that, it's much easier to understand where they're coming from.
Okay, so seems that you have certain techniques. And so Cynthia, can I ask, in your field, in this voice training, is it common to find in Singapore or in this part of the world?
No, it's worldwide. It's still a very new field, so-called new field. Most worldwide, there's only a handful of so-called voice coaches.
Oh.
A lot of them, they're still teaching singing or from the singing perspective. As I mentioned, that there are differences between the singing voice and the speaking voice. So that's why that learning singing, it doesn't translate to speak with a powerful voice.
Nice.
So that made my work even more rare. So that's to answer your question.
Okay, you must be quite a amazing a model for success. Okay, so in Singapore and in many parts of the world, we have many people, they got bullied by people, and sometimes, you know, their bosses ask them questions and they don't know how to answer, then the boss will scold more. So can voice training help these people? I mean, to avoid being or reduce being bullied by other people? Is it possible?
Always a holistic process. So not only we need to develop more powerful voice, but also we will need to work on the mindset. Because, for example, most of the times when you are not assertive being bullied, it's because that you are not standing up for yourself. You are not having clear boundaries. So those I learned firsthand. So in my very first job, I was bullied by the boss. I went on the journey to become more assertive. Voice was one of the areas that I stumbled upon. But it did make a big difference, because when I was able to speak with a more powerful voice, I felt more powerful. I felt more assertive. So that's one key area that voice can help you. But at the same time, you do need to work through some of the mental barriers.
I see. Okay. So what I can see is that we have many of the foreign workers. They are actually being bullied, whether it is in the workplace or at the social. Maybe let's say they go to the shopping center and then people talk to them and that kind of ways. So I'm sure, Cynthia, you can help them, right? If there's a chance for you to help these foreign workers, yeah, I'm not sure what they can pay. So because their wages are very low.
That's unfortunately not my audience group. But I do have a lot of free resources for them to get started. So on my YouTube channel, there are more than 200 videos
I see.
that you can learn from. Because it's a very totally different audience group.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
It's not as easy as, they just learn voice, because we need to know what is holding them back, what are those mental blocks, what are their backgrounds. So it's so much more complicated than we would think.
Okay, good. So I will type the YouTube channel in the video here for everyone to see. So finally, are there any words of encouragement or wisdom to the audience for people who are learning to have a better voice, a more powerful persona? What's your any final piece of advice?
The key is always that it's not just to develop a powerful voice. It's always the intention behind developing a powerful voice. So you want to really think about what is the reason that you want to speak with a powerful voice. It could be, for example, for a lot of my clients, they want to be heard. They know they have a message. They want the world to hear it. They know they can make an impact. They want to use the voice to reflect that. So it's always go back to the intention. So you want to think about what is your intention for speaking with a powerful voice. That's your starting point.
Okay, that's very good. We start with the intention, and then the rest will actually more or less follow from there. Okay, I think that's very good. So far, I think we have very good points from today's session. And thank you very much, Cynthia, for sharing with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall see each other again. Today is talking about Singapore talents with Cynthia Zhai and how to have a powerful voice, right? So we shall see each other next time again. So thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.